How's it going? Today I've got a camera review, and I'm still kind of coming down from the flu, so if I start sniffing or my nose starts running, just ignore it for a minute. But the camera we have today is the EOS T6i Canon, which I've been able to rent from my library. Right now I'm filming on a D3400 Nikon, and I wasn't really going to compare the two, mainly just because I just wanted to give you guys the best offer of the two cameras, or of the camera that I would be reviewing in that moment. So we're gonna assemble this, or actually let's just start with the body actually. So right off the bat, I've already noticed some differences, like a 24.2 megapixel sensor and photographs. So the quality of this is higher than the Nikon D3400. Again, I'm not comparing them. But with the CMOS sensor, it's going to be a little bit bigger picture with ratios. Wireless connectivity is a big issue for this, so it can go to your TV, everything else like that, compared to with most other cameras. You have to get a mini HDMI or a full-size HDMI camera and then have it plugged into your television. Some other noticeable features is the sensor on the back. This is a touchscreen sensor, which I've already noticed. Setting up this video, that would have been a great feature to have, because I'm pretty much shooting blind right now. Like if this is a good camera for video, which I'm beginning to notice it has some better video features than the Nikon. Sorry. I'm gonna start using like these, or renting this out, but since I can only rent out one camera at a time, and I plan on doing like all the videos that Texas Tech has to offer, or video cameras that Texas Tech has to offer, I might just buy this one if I really fall in love with it. I haven't had a chance to play around or shoot much with it, mainly just because it's like learning an entire new interface that I have to do, and I work. And so basically, yeah, we'll hop into some main body features. So one thing I've noticed right off the bat, you have an on switch and video camera mode. So if you push that all the way in, it will have a video camera mode, which requires me to put the lens on. So we're going to do that. I've got an 18 to 55 millimeter macro lens, which is standard with the kit. And pricing wise, this actually is a pretty cheap camera based on like sets that you can have for different lenses for Nikon. Mostly, what I'm looking at on Amazon right now is an 18 to 55 millimeter lens kit. It's going to be $580, which isn't bad for a touchscreen camera. Other features I noticed that would imply that this is a more video-based camera is the auto stabilizer that it has, and an auto and manual mode connected to the lens, which I think is really great, because the Nikon are good. They just don't have any of those features like the auto stabilizer right there, and other things such as that. Alright, great. So it is in recording mode right now, and for an example, I really like this feature because if you are setting up, then you can tell where the camera actually is looking. And I have autofocus on right now, so it's already doing a better job. The megapixels that I feel like are really doing well, I might use this camera for the D3400 review, mainly just because I really like the possibility of using that feature a lot more. But yeah, with a standard lens, it won't have the best zoom, it won't even like have the worst zoom, but it's actually just a really good lens. Moving on, sorry, I have like a little thing over here that has all my notes based on it. So the next thing I think would be interesting is the 19-point autofocus system. I noticed with the Nikon D3400 that I often am limited by the 12-point autofocus system, which I think it has. Don't quote me on that. But mainly it's just like a little bit harder to like encapsulate more of a focus area compared to like where it's just pinpoint focus. Other things of nature is the friendly user display buttons. Like we have a white balance button right here that if I'm not in video mode, let me go back to camera mode. Yeah, it's going to be standard settings. We're going to go to the white balance. One second. We're in portrait mode. So manual. And then there's aperture priority, AE. Adjust aperture to a blur background. So if you guys wanted to go for that close-up look, there is a setting on this for that. And then there's shutter priority, AE, which adjusts to the shutter speed so you don't get the blur from that. but you do, if you are in AV instead of TV, then you won't have the option of doing so. So other nice features that I've noticed is Program A, which is like otherwise can be configured manually based on what your needs are for that or photo shoot. Scene Intelligent Auto is another setting I noticed, which is a fully automatic flash, color, tone are set according to scene. So if there are speed requirements based on that, I really think it would be interesting to try that out, which I hopefully get the chance to rather than just reviewing it. Scene, a special scene, choose a shooting mode for the quick scene. Typically everything else is going to be pretty standard. I just really thought the aperture priority and the shutter priority were interesting features of it. Any other thing I can note is that there's a button down here that doesn't do anything. The setup of the wire configuration is really nice too, like with an HDMI down here, or mini HDMI, and ports regarding that. There is a mic, again, setting for that, which the D3400 does have, but it wouldn't be in a place that I would assume would be pretty keen for videography. So I really think this one's a lot better. And then standard disc. Cool. Other features of note are, one second. So you can manually select the zone focus for autofocus, and if you do hold that up, there is a red display that pops up giving you the option of like seeing how it would look, and it's just a really nice feature overall. Again, these buttons up here are autofocus, ISO change, which is kind of weird that it doesn't let you just use the wheel to scroll through. Like at the original HUD opening, it makes you go to this little thing right here and just pick based on that. And it does go up to 12,800, which is pretty much the industry standard. Other features is the lowest ISO is 800, which isn't bad, but having lower ISO to eliminate that noise would be pretty nice. One second. You go to the display, and there's info. And one other feature I noticed when I was learning the T6i was that this button of the question offers allowance for what you need to do compared to like an info mode where you have to hold it on the D3400 and then adjust accordingly, which is really nice. Cool. So other than that, I really don't have much more to say about this camera other than I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5, mainly just because I really like the feel of it. It's bigger, it's light though, so it doesn't like carry your weight down if you had a strong need to like go hiking with it. The display on the back is touchscreen again, so I really like that feature too, where you can just adjust based on touchscreen if you don't want to mess with any of the buttons on the side. One second. And I will be doing a video filming with the TSI-6 or for the D3400. That way we can see the video differences based on it, and also use the feature because I pretty much have you in a cabinet right now due to the limited dorm space. Right. Great. And we're just going to take a picture of my desk right now, and I will show you it's probably terrible quality, but oh, there we are. So that 24.2 megapixels really does show. Based on that, I'm sure the camera on that doesn't display, but I will be taking other photos just so I can show you guys like maybe a small PowerPoint at the end of the video based on how it would appear. So basically, 4 out of 5, I'm really happy with this camera. I originally think I should have bought this based on pricing, features, quality. I really like this little thing right here. Mainly just because like when I am doing the D3400, I do have to like go to live, go back there, check, put my head into cabinet pretty much, and so the features are really nice. Great, and I think that's all I already have to say, so thanks for watching.